All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are breaking down the 11 essential needs that every single person has in the workplace. Understanding these is absolutely the key to unlocking motivation, real engagement, and at the end of the day, success. I mean, we've all heard this, right? It's one of those classic business mantras. It gets repeated so often that it's just easy to nod along and not think too much about it. But what if we actually stopped for a second and asked what it really means? Exactly. If your people truly are your number one asset, then what are the specific, tangible things they need to not just show up, but to actually thrive? That's what we're going to get into. And it all starts with building a solid foundation. So, we're going to start at the bottom of the pyramid here with the foundational needs. Seriously, think of these as the absolute non-negotiables. They have to be in place before you can even think about building anything else on top. Specifically, we're talking about four pillars that hold everything up: fair pay, secure working conditions, a real sense of job security, and, of course, support for their overall health and well-being. So, let's dig into each of these. Okay, let's be real. While money isn't the only motivator, it is the starting point. It has to be. Fair pay, pay that's benchmarked against the industry, lets people cover the basics: food, rent, all of that. If that's not there, honestly, nothing else we're about to talk about really matters. Next up is safety, and you've got to understand that this is a two-part deal. On one side, you have physical safety. That's the obvious stuff, right? Safe equipment, a hazard-free workplace. But just as important, if not more so, is psychological safety. That means creating a culture where people feel respected, where they feel they can speak up, and where they're free from harassment. Constantly worrying about whether you'll have a job next month, that is a massive drain on your focus and your energy. So people need a reasonable sense of stability to really perform at their best. And look, even when times are tough, just clear, transparent communication can go a long way in reducing that anxiety and building trust. And the last piece of the foundation? Well-being. And no, this isn't just about having healthy snacks in the break room. It's a strategic investment in your team's physical and mental health. When a company genuinely shows it cares with things like wellness programs or access to mental health resources, it builds a much more positive, healthy culture. Okay, so once that foundation is solid, we can move up to the next level. This is where we get into our social and psychological needs. This is all about our innate desire to connect with others, to feel like we belong, and to feel valued for who we are and the work we do. So this whole middle section is about human connection. It breaks down into four key areas: feeling that social connection, being recognized for your work, getting constructive feedback so you can grow, and, of course, just being treated with respect. I mean, it's no secret. Humans are social creatures. We have this fundamental need to feel like we belong to a tribe. At work, that turns into camaraderie and team spirit. Fostering those connections, whether it's through team lunches or even virtual coffee chats for remote teams, just makes for a happier and way more productive place to work. People just need to know their work actually matters, and recognition doesn't have to be some big formal award ceremony. Honestly, it can be as simple as a manager pulling you aside to say thank you, or a quick shout out in a team meeting. These small acts have a huge impact on loyalty and motivation. We all have this desire to get better at what we do, right? Well, balanced, timely feedback is basically the roadmap that helps us get there. And it's way more powerful when it's a two-way street, a real conversation, where employees also feel safe enough to share their own thoughts and ideas. And now we've made it to the top of the pyramid. This is the peak. This is where employees can go beyond just feeling safe and connected and into the realm of self-fulfillment. It's about achieving their full potential and connecting their work to a much larger purpose. Supporting growth means you're actively investing in your people's development. And it's not just about sending them on a training course. It's about giving them the right tools, giving them autonomy to make decisions, and actually sitting down and talking about their long-term career goals. It shows you see them as a person, not just a cog in the machine. Look, people aren't just working for a paycheck. We all crave meaning. We need to see how the things we do every single day connect to the bigger picture. Whether that's seeing how you contribute to the company's mission, or even getting to participate in a corporate volunteering day, that sense of purpose is an incredibly powerful motivator. And finally, to keep that high performance going, people need balance. Burnout is so real, and it's a huge threat. So, supporting your team with things like flexible work options and actively encouraging them to take breaks and log off, that isn't just a nice to have, it's essential for creating a focused, loyal, and healthy team.
So after going through all 11 of these needs, you might be thinking, okay, what's the actual payoff here? Why should a business care so much about this stuff? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's a total win-win.
So, what does the business get out of it? Well, when you meet those foundational needs like fair pay and security, guess what? You see better retention. When you provide recognition and opportunities for growth, productivity shoots up. Forbes points out that investing in your people isn't just an expense, it directly leads to better business results right across the board. And that brings us right back to where we started. That phrase isn't just a fluffy mantra, it's a fundamental truth. A company's strength, its ability to innovate, its success, it's all a direct reflection of how well its people are doing. So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Whether you're leading a team or you're part of one, when you look at these 11 needs we talked about, how strong is your foundation?